Hey everybody, Sawyer here. So this is a review for the Spider King #1, which is an IDW published book. It's a new ongoing series, and it's okay. It's probably one of the weakest books I've read this week. I've been reading quite a few new ongoing series this week, and I feel like this is definitely the weakest. And yeah, not say it's horrible, but it's just didn't grab me the way I thought it might grab me. The cover art looks pretty nice, but the internal art is actually really kind of, I don't know, I just don't like it. It's ugly, there's not a lot of detail. I don't like the way this artist draws noses and facial features. But yeah, we'll get more to the art a little later. But so basically, basic premise of this series is that it's kind of a sword and sorcery. Well, not sword and sorcery. It's a sword and spaceship, I guess you could say, because it's a cross between a traditional, like, kind of barbarian Viking story with a sci-fi story thrown in. Have you ever seen that movie Pathfinder? It's kind of similar to that a little bit. Basically, the idea is that you have these Viking soldiers, they're a clan that gets cut down the middle because the king and his brother decide they're gonna. Basically, the king's brother turns against them, and he creates his own little clan within their clan. So there's like a civil war going on. At the very beginning, towards the very beginning of the issue, the king dies, and his son is pretty much thrown into the mix as becoming the heir to his throne. And so and I am going to spoil a lot of this story because I feel like it's a story that I just feel like spoiling it, I guess. So as the story goes on, you'll eventually you'll start following the son as he grows up and becomes a Viking leader. And this guy right here is the villain. He's the uncle or whatever, and it's okay. I mean, like, it's really grotesque though. Like, there's a lot of like really crude humor and violence in here, and the humor wouldn't bother me so much if I didn't feel like it wasn't placed right. I feel like it's not placed right here, because this is for the most part, it's a very serious tone book, but there's just random humor and random like dialogue that shouldn't be said in this time period. Like, I'm pretty sure that there's certain lines that I'm pretty sure that they would never say in real life in this era, in this country or whatever, but they say it, and it just kind of pulls me out of the immersion. Honestly. There's some good action sequences in here, but like I said, I'm not really a huge fan of the art. I do love the colors though. So much the God damn it. Not so much the art itself, but the colors I really appreciate. I love the blues, the shade of blues and blacks and reds, and then the way the reds and the blues kind of construct each other. Those are very nice. If you read the comic, you know what I mean. There's just really good use of shadings of colors. But eventually the two factions get to a big battle royale, but it's cut short by a couple of spaceships landing in the middle in the battlefield or whatever. And so the fight is cut short. They run away because there's hellfire and stuff is flying down on them. They think it's the god's anger or whatever. Now our main hero, he finds the remains of one ship, while the villain also finds the remains of a ship. And so they both kind of gain some advantages. I'm not going to really get into that, but it's interesting nonetheless. So overall, in closing, the art is not my favorite. The colors I really do enjoy. As you can see here, the colors are awesome. The story-wise, it's a pretty good story. I like the concept. Dialogue-wise, I don't think the writing is all that good. It's not bad, but it's not like great either. It's kind of just average. And like I said, I don't really like the way they say they say kind of slang words and phrases that I don't think Vikings would ever say. So that's a little weird. The overall tone is hard to identify, so it's hard to figure out if you're supposed to be a serious book, if it's a comical book. It feels like it's a blend, which for me doesn't really work in this particular story. So for me, it's an okay book, but with so much competition out right now, other things I want to read more, I would say this is not going to be something I'm going to keep picking up. I'm pretty sure of it. And so yeah, I don't really recommend it. I'd probably give it a 2 out of 5. That's probably the lowest score I've given anything this week. So yeah, probably going to be a pass for me. But it is an interesting premise nonetheless. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more reviews coming every week. I'm going to try to do at least one new comic book release per week. I meant one new comic book review per day. So as always, see you guys later. Bye.